made out of Sydney blue gum, stringy bark and spotted gum, so local timbers. And that's what helped us conclusively say that it's an Australian-built vessel. We think it may have been a cutter, and it's the sort of boat that would have been travelling around Sydney, up and down the coast, say as far as Newcastle and Wollongong. There would have been quite a few boats like this built, at least in the Sydney area, maybe 100, 200. But these vessels get wrecked very easily because you had people going along a coastline that they didn't know. No maps, no charts, no lighthouses. Hundreds were built, hundreds got wrecked, and they don't survive very well in the open ocean. The reason we've got this vessel here is because it was dragged ashore near a boatyard and just left to decay until it got buried. So it's a very rare find. Where we are at the moment is at the stern of the vessel, or the back end of the vessel. The timber that you can see closest to you is the stern post, the back end of where the rudder would have been attached on the vessel. And here you're seeing all the frames that made up the hull, and the timbers that you can see here is the outside planking. The people who built this vessel built it very sturdily. They built it quite cheaply. They didn't have expensive materials like copper nails or copper sheathing. They didn't have access to much cut timber, so they fashioned the boat out of branches. So they were very skilled at what they did with the little that they had.
It's amazing to find that we actually identified the wharf on a map about 3 years ago and came here and stood right here with some of the members of the family. And to be here now, just to actually see the wharf, we stood on top where we thought the wharf was. To actually stand here and see where the building, where he lived, is just remarkable.
William Langford came to Australia as a convict, and they spent some time as timber cutters up in the Hunter Valley, and then came back here and settled as boat builders. We're very proud of the heritage that we have. People who lived in this house, it was my great-great-grandfather who came to Australia as a convict, and he built a family that we're all very proud of. I've heard all the family stories through the years, but this is wonderful to see the tangible rocks and evidence of their life that they had here in Sydney.
Most of the family have been involved in boats ever since, and all the way down through the generations. We've still got people, Langford's interested in building boats.
It is part of the social history of Sydney that he was a convict and he did do well.